Good day everyone, especially to our professor in this subject, EM215, Management in Organizational Behavior, Professor Claire M. Macabalang, Types of Leadership Style. I am Roger B. Q. de la Cruz and the assigned topic to me is about Servant Leadership Style. Servant Leadership Style is based on the idea that leaders prioritize serving greater good. Leaders with this style serve their team and organization first. They don't prioritize their own objectives. Servant leadership seeks to achieve a vision by providing strong support to employees. In turn, this allows employees to learn and grow while bringing their own expertise and vision to the table. This hinges on building influence and authority rather than using control and toxic leadership tactics. In other words, in servant leadership, employees are empowered, but the leader doesn't just disappear. When it comes to leadership, there are several different management styles that you can use in the workplace. Servant leadership is a style that can help you build strong teams with members who are personally and professionally satisfied and who contribute high quality work that helps your workstation succeed. Getting the best out of your team requires using a variety of management styles. The right style can help build trust, generate results, and motivate team members to actions. Employees in this servant leadership environment are more likely to feel that their voices are heard. Larry C. Spears in a 1992 article, "Servant leadership seeks to involve others in decision-making, is strongly based in ethical and caring behavior, and enhances the growth of workers while improving the caring and quality of organizational life." Jean explains the servant leadership style in management and provides examples to help you identify if this style is right for you. Servant Leadership Theory. In an influential 1977 article, Essentials of Servant Leadership, Robert Greenleaf, an AT&T executive and management researcher, proposed a leadership style in which leaders put the needs, aspirations, and interests of their followers above their own. These leaders seek to help their followers grow healthier, wiser, freer, more autonomous, and more likely themselves to become servants. Greenleaf wrote, "If the primary goal of traditional leadership is to further the organization's goals, the purpose of servant leadership is to serve others to be what they are capable of becoming," according to Sen Sendhaya and James C. Saros of Monash University in Australia in a 2002 article. Greenleaf developed servant leadership theory after reading the novel Journey to the S by Hermann Hesse, which describes a group of men on a mythical journey whose servant Leo sustains them with spirit and song. Leo turns out to be a great and noble leader who only posed as a servant. Over 2,000 years ago, ancient monarchs also practiced servant leadership, acknowledging they were in the service of their country and their people. Though the monarch's actions were often inconsistent with these goals, according to Sendhaya and Saros, the authors also cite the biblical story of Jesus Christ washing his disciples' feet as a concrete illustration of servant leadership. Criticisms of servant leadership theory. In servant leadership theory has faced criticisms over the years. Feminist scholars, including Pennsylvania State University Professor Emeritus Deborah H. Urquhart, have noted that servant leadership theory is based on patriarchal approaches to leadership. And in a 2012 article, Brenda L. H. Marina and Deborah Y. Fontenay point out that servant leadership discourse has ignored the long history of black servants being subjugated and mistreated. Indeed, the term servant leadership can seem insensitive when applied to women, people of color, and others who historically have faced marginalization and mistreatment in the workplace and society more broadly. Moreover, few empirical studies have been conducted to test the propositions of servant leadership theory and validate its effectiveness. The researcher John J. Langhoff and Stefan Gueldenberg of University of Liechtenstein write in 2021 article, servant leadership theory may not always promote ethical behavior as it relies on the moral framework of individual leaders and followers rather than on broadly agreed upon moral standards. Despite its shortcomings, there are numerous admirable aspects of servant leadership theory that leaders may choose to emulate in their organizations, including an emphasis on fostering employees' growth, open communication, and community. Now, here are the examples of famous servant leaders. Martin Luther King Jr. King did not always want to be the leader of civil rights movement in the US, but he understood the need for equality. Nelson Mandela. When making a speech to his people, Mandela said that he was a humble servant with a desire to his people to experience equality. Albert Schweitzer. By taking his faith very literally, Schweitzer took the words of Christ to heart and lived by them. He was focused on loving other people as his own, to the point where he served in many ways. On one occasion, he and his wife tended to thousands of patients in Africa, having to travel hundreds of miles occasionally just to get to one patient. Now, how to become a servant leader. Lead by example. A servant leader should always lead their team by example. As a servant leader, you should be willing to do anything that you ask your team to do. When your team members see you are willing to put in the same amount of work and effort they do, it helps motivate them to engage in their work and the organization. Show people why their job is important. When employees feel that what they do is important to the overall success of the organization, they usually feel more empowered and are willing to work harder to help it succeed. You should try to make sure your team members know why the work they do is important and how their work directly affects the company's overall success. Encourage collaboration and employee engagement. Servant leaders are also great at making their teams feel their voices and opinions matters. When you take steps to encourage your team to work together and suggest ways to improve the organization, it shows them you care about what they have to say and appreciate their contributions. This can motivate your team to put forth their best effort to produce high quality work. Help your team grow and develop. Servant leaders don't only focus on being great leaders themselves but are also interested in helping their team members become great leaders. You should encourage your team to participate in continuing education and employee development programs to help them expand their knowledge and skills. You can encourage team members to take active leadership roles during group projects. If you know you are committed to their professional growth, they are more likely to listen to suggestions to help improve their work. Care for your team members personally. Another thing you can do to become a servant leader is to show your team members you care about them on a personal level. Being empathetic and trying to offer advice when you can help create a more positive work-life balance for your employees and help them cope with personal stress better. When your team feels that they matter as individuals and not just as employees, they are more likely to be happy about coming to work and producing quality work. Ask for feedback. Finally, servant leaders should always be looking for how they can improve their own leadership and contribute to their team. Encourage your team members to provide feedback when they have an idea to improve workflow or help the company succeed. Try to make your own team members feel empowered to come to you with suggestions at any time and regularly ask for feedback for those who don't naturally provide it. Now, here are the 10 servant leadership characteristics. Listening. A commitment to listening intently to others, coupled with periods of reflection. Effective servant leaders don't just speak but listen to what their team has to say. They give ample opportunity for all members to be heard and then listen carefully to what is being said and potentially what is not being said. They give others their full attention, notice coworkers' nonverbal cues, avoid interrupting them when speaking, and give constructive feedback. By gathering observation and insight from all team members, servant leaders understand growth opportunities. Empathy, an effort to understand, empathize with, and accept others. Effective servant leaders care about their team on a personal level. They understand that when their team feels happy and fulfilled in their personal lives, it contributes to success in their professional lives. They value others' perspective and approach situations with an open mind. Because of this, servant leaders make it a priority to show team members they care about them and try to help them with personal issues when they can. Healing, a focus on helping others overcome emotional wounds and aid in a search for wholeness. Effective servant leaders understand the importance of fixing problems before moving on to new goals and projects. For example, your team may have suffered a setback last quarter due to a team disagreement. To face a new challenges of this quarter, the team needs to be able to heal and come to an agreement first. Servant leaders make sure their team has the knowledge, support, and resources to do their jobs effectively. Self-awareness. General awareness and self-awareness which contribute to an understanding of issues related to power, ethics, and values. Effective servant leaders are aware of themselves and their teams. Self-awareness is the ability to look at yourself, think deeply about your emotions and behavior, and consider how they affect the people around you. In being self-aware, servant leaders accept and grow from their own weaknesses. Just as important is that as leader, they are aware of their team's individual strengths and weaknesses to help them grow and learn. Persuasion. In contrast to authoritarian leadership, a reliance on convincing others based on the merit of arguments rather than on coercion or manipulation. Effective servant leaders guide and persuade team members where an authoritarian leader might tell team members what to do. A servant leader tells them why it's the best method or process. They seek to convince the team as a whole and build a consensus. Conceptualization, an ability to think beyond day-to-day realities and dream big. Effective servant leaders can think beyond small tasks and communicate larger goals and why they are important to their teams. They help their team understand their rules and stay motivated while focusing on the workplace long-term objectives and goals. Foresight, efforts to understand lessons from the past, the realities of the present, and likely consequence of a decision for the future. Effective servant leaders understand the importance of learning from the past mistakes and successes, and using lessons learned to productively evaluate present decisions. They identify what's happening now and understand the consequences of their decision and then help their team do the same. They use tools like SWOT analysis to evaluate their current situation and environment and SMART goals to plan ahead. Stewardship, behaving with the understanding that one has been entrusted with running the organization for the greater good of society. Effective servant leaders acknowledge and understand the importance of their responsibilities. They protect and uphold the trust and confidence given them in their role and communicate this to their team. As a steward of their company's assets and goals, they work hard, arrive on time, and are dependable. They lead by example, demonstrating the values and behaviors that they want to see in others. Commitment to growth, the belief that people have an intrinsic value behind their intangible contributions as workers leads to a strong commitment to the growth of each individual. Effective servant leaders motivate their teams to grow. They are committed to helping their teams develop professionally. Servant leaders help their team members become leaders themselves by leading by example and providing their team with opportunities to grow and develop. They also find out what their employees' personal goals are and give them projects or more responsibilities to help them achieve those goals. Building community, a desire to create true community within the organization and other institutions. Effective servant leaders encourage collaboration and engagement within their organizations. They value the opinions of everyone on their teams and encourage them to share those opinions and to actively contribute to the team regularly. They provide opportunities for interaction through social events, workspace design, or by even opening meetings with non-working related conversations. Now let's proceed to the disadvantages of servant leadership. Most leaders and managers will not have grown up with the servant attitude, so it can take time and effort for leaders to change their style of leading. In servant leadership styles, even employees who are not leaders will be involved in decision making, so it may take longer for decisions to be collected and conclusions reached. In times of crisis, staff usually look to leaders to take control and make immediate decisions, something that servant leadership does not encourage. Employees may not have the experience, knowledge, or capability to help a business or organization move forward and grow. This leaves the business unprotected if the decisions are critical to successful market competitiveness. Staff may be required to make conclusions or come up with ideas when they do not see the bigger picture or have a limited understanding of budgeting or business strategy and market share. Now here are the advantages of servant leadership. Servant leaders gain respect from their employees due to their kind and gentle nature. This style of leading often enhances employee morale. Employees realize that management is looking out for their higher interests and perform optimally. People feel more valued in their roles. Organizations share their vision and mission more transparently, which helps people buy into what they are doing. Employees participating in decision-making processes feel more assured that their opinions are respected when businesses challenges are being faced. Staff grow and develop their skills more rapidly in an environment that supports development, decision-making, growth opportunities, and cooperation between teams. For conclusion, the servant leader focuses on setting the strategic vision for the workplace and communicating that down to the team level, encouraging ownership and extending supported trust to the team, making sure that the team has the required resources, budget, skills, and attention to make an impact, providing a framework within which their team can flourish, instead of prescribing them specific directions on each of their duties. Bottom-up empowerment, which means building their team members' self-confidence, decision-making abilities, and collaboration skills. They said the best style of leadership depends on what your goals are and your leadership style. If you have a desire to work toward a greater good or inspire your employees, you make an impact, servant leadership might be right for you. That's end my report. Thank you and get blessed.